The next thing I would like to ask about or discuss is Black Swan. You talk about Black Swan events, which are these unforeseen, very, very dramatic events, COVID perhaps, but you talk about how once you recognize a black swan, it's no longer a black swan. And so could you just take us through what a black swan is and how the leader deals with it and how it resolves?
Sure. Anybody can Google Black Swan or go to Amazon.com and find multiple books, very specific, and do a better job describing the historical context and origin of that term. Why these events that nobody foresaw hit senior leaders. It doesn't matter if it's industry or government, and sometimes it's military. And then why did the leaders react the way they did? The gist of it, though, is a Black Swan event is an event that was not foreseen and causes great disruption. And it may be for a short amount of time, maybe for a long period of time. And it may be that you're not really sure how long the disruption is going to last. So you mentioned the September 11th attacks. I don't think anybody the next morning thought we'd be at war for 15 years. I mean, nobody thought what's the effect going to be on the relations with Europe and Russia and China and everything else. Nobody had that kind of far-reaching thought, evaluation of the potential futures that event caused. Pearl Harbor was a little bit different because we were in the midst of a world war. We just were the last person to get sucked into it. So when Pearl Harbor happened, we knew what it meant. It meant we were going to be involved in this world war that had been going on for a couple of years in Europe and in China, Manchuria with the Japanese. So sometimes the Black Swan is a partner to something that makes it a little bit more understandable. And sometimes, like 9/11, it comes out of blue and you don't understand what just hit you. There's actually more Black Swans in the context of business, I believe, because in the risk reward of a nation going to war is contemplated for a long time and often set aside by nations because it's just too big of a risk. There's too many downside costs to it. Even dictators think about, if I do this and 4 countries ally, I'm done. They're going to come in and wipe me out. So maybe I'll just stay a dictator in my own little world here. But I'll still contemplate all these things at night when I'm thinking the big thoughts, but I'm not going to actually do it. In business, though, business happens so fast, so frequently, and it's changing in a way that's not reported. Nobody saw the bomb go off here. Nobody saw a building fall. Nobody knows that it happened. It happened, in another state at night at 2:00 in the morning. 2 guys sat down and figured out how to do something that's going to destroy your company or destroy your product. Not maliciously, but it's going to take you off the map. It's just a matter of time, but you have no clue. And you won't have a clue until the day it starts to happen. And then you have a very limited amount of time to decide, is this real? Is this information true? And then what do we do? And that's the second part of Black Swans for leaders is, how do you react to it?